Hello, flat tappers. It's ElloArfur here, and today I am coming back for 35 interesting facts that you probably didn't know about Tap Town. So yes, basically in this video I'm going to be going over basically 10 plus years that this game has been out for, and going through 35 facts about Tap Town. And yes, this video has been ages in the making. A lot of effort's gone into it, and I've had a lot of help from members of the community in the Discord server. So a massive thank you to all those people who helped me to make this. So yeah. So, anyways, let's get right into it. So, fact number one is during the Northward Bound update, at the beginning, for a short period of time, you could collect from your friend's donut veins. So yeah, all you literally had to do, I think it was maybe one of the first days that it came out, or maybe when people were able to unlock the bridge, that you could literally just go to your friends' towns and collect from their donut veins. It was amazing, and it allowed a load of people to get hundreds of donuts. Not everybody knew about it, but for those who did, boy, gave them a lot of donuts. So there you go, that's fact number one. So, fact number two, the Homer Buddha and the old mystery box were available until March the 31st in 2015. So yeah, the Homer Buddha here. And yeah, there was a lot of interesting content in here, from white picket fences to a very low chance of unlocking Frink's lab and the Springfield sign. So there's certainly a lot in this mystery box. Certainly, there was a lot in the Home of Buddha, but it wasn't anything major to miss out on. But still, I think I wish they hadn't have removed it, because we could have had a lot of fun with it. And then there's the old mystery box. So there we go. And so, yeah, shortly after the Home of Buddha and the old mystery box were removed, the new mystery box was released a day later on the 1st of April in 2015. So, fact number four, there are 20 friendship prizes in Tapped Out. When you reach level 20, you have a 0.5% chance, so 1 in 200 chance of receiving a donut for every friend action. For each friend action, sorry. So yeah, you get 3 actions per town, and if you're thinking you've got like a decent amount of friends, then certainly you could be getting like, I don't know, a donut every other day. It's not bad. So there we go. So moving on. So during the Stonecutters update, there were 24 different puzzles that were released. And so yeah, these puzzles I thought were brilliant. And so this one, it was it related to the character's tasks. So this one you had to make Skinner go bird watching, and you completed the puzzle and you got a reward. So yeah, I did really like this little feature, and I thought it was something cool that they added to the game. So moving on. So in the Treehouse of Horror XXX update, the Wailing Wall cost 1,000 cash each on the first day of its release, and so each Wailing Wall gave a bonus of 2.25% money and XP percentage boost. And honestly, I was playing, this is my first Halloween update, and I totally missed this, as you could literally get loads of them for 1,000 cash, and boy, that would have made a difference. But yeah, again, not many people knew about it, and so yeah, that's another one. So moving on to number 7, the zombie sandwich that was released in the Trials of Horror XXVII update has the ability to turn Springfieldians into zombies, such as Nelson there. So yeah, I believe this was quite a large amount of characters that turned into zombies. Certainly the classic characters that you got when you start the game. So yeah, it was really cool addition. So moving on to fact number 8. So during the Apes in Twinland update, the Burning Bush was shortly available for 500 cash each. And this was just insane, because each Burning Bush gave a money and XP percentage boost of 0.5%. Yes, this was in the 2020 Christmas update, and honestly, this was insane. Oh yeah, so there we go. So moving on to number 9. So there are more than 10 different mini games in Tapped Out. And these consist of the go-karts, which you can see here, the Superhero HQ, the Sideshow U, the Claw Machine, Insanity Cauldron, the Scratch R Ticket, the Polyvac, Maggie's Play-Doh Factory, and the excavation sites. So there's obviously more than one excavation site, but they all do pretty similar stuff. So moving on to number 10. So there are over 11 characters you only feature in quest dialogues. Yep, so they don't actually feature as a character in the game, but they've appeared in the dialogue. And it would be great to see some of these characters to be released in the game. I certainly think a lot of them do have potential, such as the Mugger and maybe Sir Simpson in the future. But perhaps Bender, that would be quite a stretch, I think, to see Bender as he's tied to Futurama. But hopefully, who knows? And there's certainly more than 11, I think. Certainly more modern ones that have appeared. So yeah, there we go. So moving on to number 11. So the level 28 update was the first update to be released to Tapped Out. It's a really strange one, like looking back on it. Level 28 update. And I imagine this was very big at the time, but looking back on it, it did feel a bit odd. You know, just adding an update for one level. So there we go. So, moving on to number 13. So there are 3 celebrities that feature in Tapped Out. So we've got Matt Groening, and then we've got Weird Al, and we've got Stephen Hawking, who's not actually on here. But yes, they all gave permission to be featured in Tapped Out, which I think is pretty cool. So moving on, so number 14, the Radioactive Man has a cutscene when you unlock him, and he was released in the Superheroes update in 2015. And he's the only premium character who does have a cutscene. So I did, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, moving on to the next one. So the Android version of Tapped Out was released in Australia and the Netherlands only in January the 23rd, 2013, which is almost a year, just 1 month off being a year when it was released for everybody else, which I think, God, it was a long time for people in Australia and the Netherlands to wait. I obviously missed some updates there, but yeah, that was, yeah, there we go. So moving on to the next one, number 15. So the item limit is currently 16,000, and yet there is an item limit if you were wondering. There's certainly, yeah, a building overload. So that's basically the limit that's placed on the amount of buildings and decorations that you have. Don't think characters count towards it, which is good. But yeah, it's quite a shame that there is an item limit, and I think this has upset many people in the past, but it's quite high at 16,000, I think. I've never had real problems with it myself, but if you've been playing the game since day one, it's certainly a problem. And so moving back, actually, I did miss one. So number 17 is or number 16? Number 7, I think I've lost count. Anyway, there's been 229 different updates since the game's release on February the 29th, 2012. So there we go. So moving on, when you tap Homer 10 times, you unlock 10 donuts and the Jebediah Sprinkler statue. When I say tap him 10 times, you've got to tap on him first, and then you've got to tap on him 10 times. But yeah, we had to add that one in there. Quite an obvious one for most people, but, you know, it's, yeah, I guess some people may have not known that. So moving on to number 18, when you tap the Leprechaun NPCs, they produce money and XP, which, yeah, is pretty cool. Not the character there, I forget what he's called, but all the leprechauns do. The leprechaun, the yachtprechaun, yeah, which is quite cool. Not very much money though, bit disappointing, but yeah, I suppose it's quite nice. So moving on, so number 19, there have been 5 major expansions to Tapped Out. So we have the Springfield Heights, the Squidport, the Frontier, the monorail, and the Krusty Land. And so yes, I still count this as an expansion, even though there was a separate Krusty Land released when it was originally released. And yeah, personally, I think a lot of people were happy, perhaps the people who've been playing it for a while, that it was brought into the same town. But I did actually quite like it being a separate thing. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. So there we go. So moving on to fact number 20. So the game ends at level 939, which is the area code of Springfield. So yeah, pretty cool. So next one, number 21. The spooky wall is the first fence wall that was released in an update to go in the wall fence category. There we go. Quite an interesting one there. And yeah, unusual. So moving on to number 22. Oh, actually, this is just a random one. You don't have to build the Simpsons house when the game begins. Yes, it's the only building that you don't have to build. So, moving on to the next one. Here we go. So there have been 21 different logos made for TapTap since its release, and I think so. We've got 20 here. Now we're missing one, but they're obviously all in different languages, and some have been adapted for the updates, which I think is so cool when they used to make the effort to adapt them for the updates. Be lucky to see that nowadays, but do look pretty cool, I think. There we go. So moving on to the next one. So in the Holiday Whodunit update, there were 18 different trivia questions. And yeah, I had to feature this one. I thought the trivia questions were awesome. We got like tokens for the mystery box, and yeah, it was certainly a lot of fun, and hopefully something that we might see again. So yeah, and I was quite surprised at this actually, as it's a more modern edition. As yeah, they don't normally do different things in the updates nowadays. So there we go. Let's move on to number 25. So the claw machine produced event currency. Yeah, produced event currency, which was the bowling shoes, and that was released in the Pin Pals update. This is quite cool, and it also produced decorations as well after the update, which I thought was pretty cool. I would have loved to play the Pin Pals update. So there we go. So number 26. There have been 11 trailers released for Tapped Out in total. Yes, this is one of them, and there's all sorts of ones. They used to make trailers for each individual update, so there was like the Christmas one, and there was a Halloween one, I think, and yeah, there were multiple generic ones as well. So yeah, honestly, I don't think we're going to see any more. I'd love to though, but yeah, it's unlikely. So there we go. So number 27. There have been 58 dual deals released to Tapped Out so far. So yes, and it's an enormous amount, and this is one of the cooler ones, I think. There's certainly been some great dual deals. What I do hope is that maybe perhaps in the future we get more values. We did see like, not exactly dual deals, but the Key to the City and the Boulderama deal, all those had glitches. But hopefully we see some deals that are going to have better value maybe than characters. But yeah, I suppose yeah, it's still really cool that we do have the dual deals. And who knows? I mean, we could get Duel as a character, but probably an unlikely one. But it's always a possibility. So there we go. So moving on to 28. Ooh, okay. That's not one I've got here. That's okay. Move on. So moving on to 28. There are 8 Simpsons episodes that have made reference to Tapped Out. So this is one of them. And yeah, I just think that's so cool. It's very short, split second reference, but it's still really cool to yeah that it is reference. It's really satisfying to see. Just watching through the episodes. So there we go. So, oh yeah, another bonus one, which I don't have an image for. Around 2015, you could sell premium items until around 2015. So literally, you could go to the store, and all your storage and sell premium items. And now, obviously, you can't. And so they actually changed that because people were complaining and everything that they accidentally sold items. So EA, yep, they turned it off. And so moving on to the next one. So we've got the Wheel of Tedium, was released in the Valentine's 2014 update. And yeah, I thought these wheels looked really cool that used to be around. And yeah, shout out to 1738 Creations, who did some great videos in the mystery boxes and things. Still look at those now. So there we go. Moving on to the next one. So 32 or 31, I don't know what number we're on. Anyway, there were 13 different community prizes that were released in the game between 2013 and 2015. And honestly, I really hope that this is something we see again, because it's just so cool. The fact that we get free prizes, it would be a really fun thing to do, for the whole community to participate in, and you get free extra new prizes as well, because these were all new, along with the prize tracks and things like that. And yeah, we had all sorts of things. We had the Ebenezer Burns, which was released in the Christmas update, and we've got the Halloween ones here. There were 5 of these: the Frog Prince, the bomb there, the ghost bomb, and the Homer, the big ape, and the tower. That was a cool one there as well. It's absolutely loads. So yeah, did really. Hopefully, we see something like that in the future. I don't know, just fingers crossed. And then it's the next one, number 32. So as of 2020, the game received 8 million downloads, and it grossed $200 million by that point. Just think that's an amazing figure to get to. $200 million. Whoa. It's amazing. So we go, EA did certainly do well. So moving on to number 33. So during the Hot Diggity Dough update, you were able to collect event currency from buildings, the restaurants, which I thought was pretty cool. Not something that we actually saw, in the past, certainly the past 5 years, definitely. And yeah, it was just a modern thing that was perhaps a bit different. So there we go. It was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. So moving on to the next one. So Homer has 25 different costumes in the game for him. I just think that's an amazing figure. 25 different ones. There's Pie Man, there's Holiday Homer, it's the Brown House Homer. There's absolutely tons of them. And Radioactive Homer. Be here all day listing them. There's the Stonecutters one. Yeah, just a whopping amount of costumes. So there we go. And then the final one I've got, another wheel, because, yeah, pretty cool. And this was for the Christmas 2013 update. And yeah, look at that. We've got the Snow Monster, Mr. Plow. Some really cool prizes in there for free. Facades and things. Just amazing. So there we go. So that is actually going to bring me to the end of this video. And so yeah, I hope that you did enjoy this video. And yeah, if there's anything else interesting you want to share about the game during its 10 plus years of being released, then do leave it in the comments below. And who knows, with all the facts that we get, I could maybe make another one of these. Who knows? But yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you're new around here, I would like to remind you to check out the Simpsons Tap Tap Lounge Discord server. It has a lovely community of people to get involved with, and there's all sorts of action going on there with giveaways, sharing town designs, and loads more. And finally, I want to give a massive shout out to my ElloArfur crew member, Polite Guy. So there we go. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. Awesome. So thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And goodbye.